Good evening, I'm Asa Callow.
And I'm Spencer Harvey.
Welcome to Epic Sports. This evening we'll be previewing tonight's swim meet against Union College while keeping you informed on everything Asbury athletics.
Each show we like to feature an athlete who's had a great performance or a profound story. This week I had the chance to sit down with Ian Wang, a senior on the swim team. Wang is a well-known face on Asbury's campus, and we even heard from him during the athletic chapel a couple weeks ago. In the panel, he talked about some big changes in his mentality, and we wanted to bring you more of his story. Let's take a look. Hybrid host, resident assistant, and filmmaker, senior Ian Wang holds many titles on campus, but one in particular he's most proud of.
I swim for Asbury University. Go Eagles.
Last season, Wang had very successful individual performances.
So last year, and this has been a goal that I've had for 2 years, but last year I was finally able to break the 100-yard breaststroke. So this year, that was a 57.44, and this year I'm going to try to go under 57.
After years of pursuing the goal, Wang found the victory to be hollow.
You don't get fulfilled seeing your name on a record board. You don't get fulfilled, beating your time. But at the end of the year, end of the season, if I can look back at all my fellow swimmers and see that they all could be captains, I'd be so happy.
Now, while Wang still has individual goals, he is more focused on the team's success this season.
Who you are as a swimmer on a team, you need to give up your selfish, your egotistic inhibitions and serve a higher purpose, And so in an ostensibly, seemingly selfish sport, I think Asbury swimmers are called to something higher, which is to serve the team, Let go, die to yourself, and search for something higher.
Wang and his team will dive into the pool on October 27th against Union College. In Wilmore, I'm Spencer Harvey, Epic Sports.
Thanks, Spencer. Wang will be competing in the 200 and a few other events tonight, so be sure to keep an eye out for him. Joining us in the studio is former AU swimmer, Tanner Robards. Thanks for being here.
Of course.
Now, you had an injury last season that has prevented you from competing. Could you walk us through that?
Yeah, of course. So actually this injury occurred my senior year of high school, and I knew coming in as a freshman I wanted to put off the surgery to swim my freshman year, and I did, and I had a very successful year and decided to try again sophomore year, and then I'm actually graduating a year early, so I decided to go ahead and have the surgery in August, and then I'll be student teaching in the spring.
All right. What do you think the biggest misconception about swimming is as like a whole?
Yeah, so this is kind of a broad answer, but honestly that it's easy. A lot of people when they think of swimming, they think of just like summer swimming, like in a pool and stuff, and swimming is actually one of the hardest sports ever. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% agree with you on that one. Could you give us a basic explanation of what we could see in the meet tonight, just from like a really small scale?
Yeah, of course. So usually there's two different types of meet lineups, and there's a short meet lineup and a long meet lineup. The short meet lineup is usually for dual meets, so those are like the weeknight meets, and then the long meet is the weekends. So tonight's meet will be a short meet lineup, which will be hundreds and 200s of individual strokes, and then the 200 IM as well as 400 of the both relays.
So what would you say the hardest part about being a swimmer is?
I think the hardest part about being a swimmer, and Ian had mentioned this in chapel too, is just your mentality that you have about it. You have to keep in mind that yes, it is an individual sport, but it's also a team sport. So just that mentality of working hard and being there for your teammates.
So with that added mental pressure, what do you do to prepare for, or what did you do to prepare for meets?
Okay, so for meet days, usually we just got up and like stretch and stuff, and I personally just like to listen to music, hang out with friends, like before the meet and stuff, teammates, and then as a team we always would pray before meets, and then I would always pray before my individual races too, so that really just helped me.
Well, Tanner, thank you so much for joining us
Yeah, of course.
today. Another member of our team will be joining us, and that's Epic reporter Haleigh Releford, and she'll be in the loose with some basketball updates. What's up, Haleigh?
Thanks, Asa.
I'm up in the Loose Physical Activity Center right now. While it's relatively empty now, in just a few days this court will be filled because it is officially basketball season. The men and women are already training hard up here every day after practices begin on October 15th. I can tell you personally that they have put in a lot of hard work to get ready for this season. Now, the women's season kickoff will be here in the Loose Center for a scrimmage against Center College on November 3rd. Then to follow, the women will be on the road to John Carroll University on November 10th for their first official game of the season. The men will start off the home games here. Their season kickoff and first official game will be against Center College on November 8th. After falling short last year of their goals, both teams have really amped up the effort for this season. I got the chance to speak with the coaches and some players to take a closer look at what to expect for this season. Let's take a look. Every night, the Loose Center hosts the men's and women's basketball teams as they prepare for the challenges of the 2023 season.
We expect to compete, we expect to play hard, and we expect to win. A tough schedule. We're playing a Division I team at Bellarmine. We'll be in Louisville playing them. We're playing a Division II school that's typically a really, really good team. Schedule's tough, but that's just kind of the culture and the standards that we set here.
A new season also brings new players, which the teams have worked to adjust to.
As a team this year, I can really definitely feel the chemistry is totally there. The freshmen, the incoming freshmen, the transfers, we connected right off the bat, and I can definitely tell that this season's really going to be truly different. Just no matter the outcome, that I just want us to keep our heads up no matter what. No mistakes, it doesn't matter what we do. I just want us to come together and inspire others and other teams in a college way.
While Shear is excited about the new season, she is also coming to terms with it being her final one at Asbury.
I'm very excited, but I'm also just very sad because this is something that I've done since I was a little girl. But it's just a full circle moment, like to see, just have my family by my side to see me start and finish something that we have both worked hard for, and this has just been my dream.
Last year, the men leaned on their standout player, Nick Fort. This year, they are adjusting their lineup without him and looking to prioritize defense.
Well, I'm looking to fill a big hole left by our All-American Nick Ford graduating. Not only was he a lot of points and rebounds, his leadership on the team, guys really looked up to him. And also when those tight moments happened in the game, everybody kind of looked to Nick to see what to do. So we're going to be a little bit smaller. Using our quickness in the right way and trying to find out like what that looks like on the court, because it's mostly going to be defensively that we try to either disrupt teams, because I've got some really good guards, and I think we have the pieces to do that.
The men are working to figure out how to play as a unit, and seniors are preparing for their last season.
Figuring out where certain guys fit in and how we're going to run together and who's going to be playing what position is all trying to get figured out. So we're doing a lot of competing, a lot of getting in shape and get ready since we're only about 2 weeks away. So it's just weird having like last first practice and we'll have our last first game, and then that feeling of sadness knowing that it is over, something I've never really experienced before.
In Wilmore, Haleigh, Releford, Epic Sports.
Thanks, Haleigh. All the men's and women's games will be live streamed on ASDN if you can't make it to the Loose.
This weekend, our men's and women's swim teams hosted Transylvania and Campbellsville University for their first meets of the season. Several Eagles were victorious against these two schools, with 7 first-place finishes for the men, along with 14 first-place finishes on the women's side. ASDN will be covering the Eagles' meet against Union College today at 4:30.
Volleyball traveled to Georgetown earlier this week for their 22nd game of the season. The Tigers would come out on top with this one against Asbury after they defeated them 3-1. Emma Grace Gray would end up leading the Eagles in kills with 9. Here she is serving a big point that would help secure the only set of the night for AU. Volleyball will play next at Kentucky State on November 2nd.
Women's soccer held their last home game of the season Monday night against Mount St. Joseph. Unfortunately, the Eagles fell, losing to MSJ 1-2. However, junior Mary T-Day scored the only goal of the night for the Eagles, and I'll just let the ASDN commentators take it from here.
Passes. Find Peyton. Peyton looking
Oh, man.
for Caroline again. This is good work. Caroline could be in here. Good service in. That's Mary. That's a goal.
I told you. I told you that was
And you
going to
were
happen.
right. Found on the left side. That is a fantastic goal from Asbury.
Well, shout out to Mary T-Day. That was an absolute strike for sure. And believe it or not, Spencer, I actually convinced another team to let me come to a practice after my last encounter with the soccer team. Here's how it went. Today we are going to see how much our swimmers know about their sport. Was swimming known to be an honorable skill amongst Japanese samurai? Yes or no?
Yes.
Correct. Who invented this?
Michael Phelps.
Benjamin Franklin. In 1896, was swimming at the first Olympics? Yes. Correct.
Latest member of the what?
Men's A400 freestyle relay.
Who's the latest member?
Yeah. Or who's a recent member?
So I assume it'll be me.
Alex Segura Vendrell of Spain holds the longest voluntary breath hold record. How long did he hold his breath for?
5 minutes?
24. What percentage of Americans can swim?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to go with 56%.
56%, bro. What?
I swear I had no idea.
Does swimming work every major muscle group of the body?
I have no clue.
It does. Who invented the first swim fins ever?
I have no idea.
Close, it was Benjamin Franklin. So how many gold medals does Michael Phelps have?
Oh gosh. Isn't it something ridiculous like 26 or 49?
23. That was close, really close. Who on the team do I have the best shot at beating in a down and back?
Probably Ian Wang.
Oh shoot, let's do
Ooh.
it.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same.
Asa, I'm sure you're aware of this, but you looked absolutely defeated.
And you wouldn't have been defeated?
I would have, honestly. But we are going to send you down to the Loose for today's coverage of both Asbury swim teams and Union College.
We will be back to preview the volleyball match against UC Claremont on November 4th. And until then, we'll leave you with a banger of an outro video by Epic members Alexis Jones and Maddie Heineman.
Special thanks to Ian Wang for all the videos he donated to the cause. Have a great night, Asbury.